So you feel like you're at your strongest right now at this moment?
I think so, and I want to show that. I've never had the body like this in all of my fight. I can box, I can fight, I can counter, I can do a lot of things. I have a lot of ways to win.
What's your ideal way of winning?
I've always looked for a spectacular knockout.
格闘キャストようこそ、シンです。なんとドネアと急遽インタビューが決まりました。はい、今日は、土曜日で昨日の夜中に間に入ってくれてる方がメッセージを送って、もしかしたら明日ドネアインタビューできるっていうことで空いてますかって、ぜひお願いしますっていう流れでインタビューすることになりました。ドネア、レイチェル、アンドゥー、ありがとうございます。皆さんインタビューエンジョイしてください。Hi, thank you for making the time.
No worries, man. I still got energy, so
the weight cut is going smoothly.
Yes, of course. Yes, I'm so used to this stuff, you know.
I saw the open workouts just yesterday, actually. You look great. You look ripped. How are you feeling? How was your training camp? The weather is probably cold in Japan, but how's everything going?
Everything's good. You know, I am very ready. We trained very hard for this fight. You know, we're just very excited. Ultimately, when it comes down to the weather, actually Vegas is colder.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Although I did train in the Philippines, which is hot and warm, before I left, Vegas was cold.
The open workouts yesterday, you looked full of energy. You're shouting at the camera. Looks like you're having a great time. You broke your glove. And your wife was holding the mitts. Rachel was holding the mitts. I'm not sure if this is the right word, but it was kind of inspiring or touching. You don't really see a husband and wife combination. There's a lot of father-son combination, but husband and wife is, I don't think I could even think of another combination besides you and Rachel. Does she hold the mitts for you during your training camp as well?
Yes, it's Doc J and her. So she'll go in with techniques and stuff like that, and then Doc J is more of like the power shots and intense mitts. I mean, she does it as well. When we're together without Doc J or any other people out there, she does all of it. So, you know, it's just one of those things during COVID that we didn't really have anybody around, so we just had to make do of the things. Hey, hold on, that I put it away. Hold on, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry. I put the side over here. That was yours. She's taking my snacks. I'm like, you can't take my snacks, you know. So I'm like, hey, don't do that, you know, because I'm like, I put it specifically to her side and my side, and then she took it. I'm like, yo, no, you don't do that, you know. So, you know, for me, it's like, it's an eye candy for me. So I have to have my snacks around me, knowing that in my head, I have it. I can have it all the time, so I don't crave for it. If I don't have the snack around me, I'm going to crave for food. I'm going to crave for everything else. So when she was trying to take it, I'm like, no, don't take that. You know,
right.
That's how my mind works anyway.
Okay, that's an interesting concept. I mean, I believe most fighters would try to avoid those kind of things. They'll put it away where they can't see it. They try to stay away from the supermarkets. You know, they try to stay away from the food stalls because they can smell it. But you kind of go in the opposite direction. You put it in front of you, so it's kind of a mental trick you play on yourself.
I think it's more of like what you fear most or what you should avoid. You should confront it. You know, I've learned to confront fears. I've learned to confront doubt. And what brought me is just liberation, freedom in not worrying about things. You know, so when there's food there, I don't have to worry because I know that there's food in my head. There's food there. I can grab it anytime. Because like when you're cutting weight, you're thinking of everything else, you know. But when you have in abundance all around you, then for me at least, I don't seek for it, you know. So that's how my mind works. Is I always go to wherever people run away from, I go forward. I go towards it.
That's such an interesting concept. If I may ask, what exactly do you have right now? The snack in front of you. What is it?
Just bunch of like healthy chocolate, you know, healthy chocolate nuts, you know, just something to just kind of munch on, but in a healthy side.
Right.
You know, but there is some sweets in there, you know, and I get gifts from people here in Japan. They give me a lot of pastries and sweet stuff, which
that's horrible
I just
timing.
put it on the side. Yeah, I just put it on the side. I'm like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to eat that when I can.
When do you start this putting food in front of you or candy in front of you process? Is it when you start cutting weight? Is that when you start?
Usually, yeah, like about a week or two before the weigh-ins, then I put everything around me. And I think it's before it was punishment or like a struggle, but now it's comfort knowing that I have it there, right? So it's just a mindset of allowing your mind to accept what's around you. So that way, at least for me, it's like, well, it's there. I can have it anytime, so I don't really have to think about it. But if it's not there, I kind of look for it now, so I think it's just the mindset of me understanding my mind and how I work. A lot of people don't understand themselves. A lot of people don't pay attention to their mind. And so they fall into temptation. They fall into desires. They fall into a lot of things rather than, knowing that, hey, it's there. I'm good. I'm grateful for it.
So you do a lot of like breaking down your own thought process.
Yeah, pretty much. If it's something that, like, say, for instance, I'm tired, right? I'm going to go run. Right? If I'm exhausted in training, I'm going to push even further and harder and work even more. I just kind of shift my mind. Is when people run away from it, I kind of go towards it. Whether it's fear, whether it's anything, I just kind of go towards it. And that's the mindset that I have. That's why when people say, don't do it, I'm going to fucking do it.
Yeah. Along these lines, I saw on, I think, Omega's Instagram page that you fast for 3 days during training camp.
Yeah. Fasting is a big part of my routine. So Sunday dinner, that's the last time I'll eat. And then Monday I'll spar because I still have a lot of energy. Tuesday I'll train. Wednesday I'll train. Thursday night is when I eat, and then I'll spar again on Friday. So that's always been the routine for me. And that's why I have no problem making the weight, is because it's routine for me.
I mean, that would normally be, in most, let's say, trainers or physical trainers, nutritionists thought process, counterproductive. Boxing, there's a lot of cardiovascular activity. You're moving a lot. Food is energy. It just seems counterproductive, but you do it because it's, I guess, a way of you training your own mind. Is that correct?
The mindset is the biggest thing in fighting. When your mind gives up, your whole body gives up. When your body gives up, your mind is still there. It's going to push it to the limit. And so when you train your mind, the first time I did fasting and I trained the next day or that same day I fasted, I didn't have any energy. And then it came 2 days and I didn't have any energy. And then 3 days. And then, and then I started to keep going and doing it. And the more that I did it, 1 day of fasting, I have energy. 2 days of fasting, I have energy. 3 days of fasting, I have energy. Usually right now is the 4th day of fasting is when I get tired. So that's something I'm trying to break the next time around. I'm always testing my limit because the first time I did it, I couldn't do 1 day, right? Now I'm doing 3 days. I'm doing 4 days, 4th days. And now I can train even harder, so it's just the limitation that we set on ourselves that limits us from becoming whatever we want. That's why I always test myself, because I know we're greater than that. But in life, the older you get, the more that you realize what you want to do in life. It's either you can sit around and get fat and die slowly, or you're going to train, you're going to work, you're going to test your limits, and have somewhere to go with your life, with your mind, with your spirit, rather than just dying slowly, waiting for it to happen. At least my mind is always going to be, how can I build my body, my mind, my spirit to the next level?
So when you're this close to the fight, what is like your routine or your process? Do you go over the game plan in your mind, or do you just try to relax as much as possible? What goes through your mind during this time?
I usually don't think about anything anymore. I'm always just in gratitude. So when I find myself thinking, I just go back into, I'm grateful for my body. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. So I go into a series of gratitude in my life. My kids, all the things that I have, or my body, my muscle working really well. I go into that gratitude. So that way I don't go back into thinking about strategy because I already know about it. The human brain will let you suffer, you know, if you don't know how to control it, it'll make you suffer. So for me, I know how to get away from it because I just trust my body. I trust my mind. I trust my work. I trust my work ethic. And what I'm going to do in the fight, I don't have to think about it. It's already embedded in my body, in my mind. So I'm just ready to go. But the more that you think and strategize in your head and visualize, the more that you suffer, the more that you go into fight or flight mode in your brain when you're not even fighting yet.
Right. So you just try to keep it at a steady state, kind of relaxed, kind of chilled, not really thinking too deeply about the fight.
Yeah, the thing more is like same thing with me in my daily life. I try to avoid thinking so much. I already know and what I need to do through the planning the day before, the week before. I already know what I need to do. I don't need to think of me doing something, right? Because like, in example, when you wake up in the morning and you already plan to go run. So when you're thinking about running, now you're making excuses in your mind to say, I can do it later.
Right.
You know what? I'll just snooze this, I'll snooze that. I just get up. I don't need to think. The more that you think, the more that you are limiting yourself from doing what you need to do. You know, at least that's my discovery for myself is that the less I think, because I've already programmed my body, my mind for the fight, I don't need to think about it.
I see. This might be kind of out of the blue, but I also heard that your wife and manager and trainer takes your phone away from you when you get close to the fight.
Yeah, I'm actually giving it soon, you know, because I just don't need it. You know, I don't need it. I am in myself, in my mind, in, you know, again, in gratitude and meditation. You know, you don't need any outsource of anything else. You don't need all that distraction. Why? Because you can't stand there on your own for a whole day or two or maybe 3. I'm like, I'm okay with that. You know, I'm a warrior. My mind's always ready for a fight, ready for my life, ready for anything. That's the mindset that I have, you know, and this is why I'm not afraid to give it all I got. But to distract yourself through phones and TV and stuff like that, everything's quiet here. I'm in my room. I don't even go outside, you know, and the lights are off. I'm just here. I'm ready to go.
This day and age, it's, you know, your phone, it's almost, even I do it. Like when I'm just have nothing to do, reach in your pocket, pick up your phone. You're kind of scrolling through. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I probably won't remember an hour later. But do you feel like it's very effective, or it's a very good habit to just stay away from your phone at certain times?
I think it is because we have too many things that goes into our mind, that fills our mind. You know, the thing about it is if you don't control your mind, it's going to control you. So what you see, whether it's crap or people talking shit or this and that, you're going to affect it. For me, I don't really get affected by it, but for other people, they do, you know? So there's a lot of things out there that can affect people in a certain way. So for me, I do it because I'm focused on my battle, on my war, on my fight. That's all I can really be, is within myself, within my being, quietness, ready for a fight, ready to go, you know, but to control my body from not overexerting, because people get excited. Our body, our muscles already excited. So I gotta have to learn to control it. And by being quiet around me, there's no music, there's no TV, there's no light. I'm just in the dark. I'm just quieting my body, my muscle from reacting.
I think that's what, myself included, that's exactly what we try to avoid. That's why we look at our phones when we're bored. We just don't want that boredom, I guess. We don't want to, I guess, what do you think about is kind of, I guess, what goes through your mind, and you just pull out your phone.
That's the thing. Right, but that's the thing is that, like I said, I kind of go towards what people don't go to, you know, but because I realized for myself how much confidence I have within my mind, you know, and I started to listen a lot in my thoughts, you know, listening to conversation in my head, you know, listening to just a lot of things about my body. Sometimes it's going to tell me you don't need that food, or you know what, you need to do this, or you need to drink some water. You're just kind of listening into what your brain is telling you. And for a lot of people, they can't sit there and not do anything. You know, for me, it's like I'm fine with it. But because I honed my mind from a very young age to just kind of listen like when I train, I don't listen to music. Everybody has to be quiet. Everything has to be shut down. There has to be no music or you get kicked out, right? That's how I train. But because I've learned in that way that I can be in the dark, I can be in quiet places, and I can be in my head, and I'm okay with it.
I see. You know, I'm gonna try that next time. Next time I'm got nothing to do, and if I can stop myself from or catch myself looking at my phone, I'm gonna try putting it away. I'm gonna see what happens.
You know what? Breathing exercises helped me out a lot. Breathing exercises. So I do a lot of that stuff. Like when I'm just sitting there, I'm just sitting cross-legged, and I'm doing my breathing exercises. There's different ways, there's different kinds of breathing that just helps your body to calm down. So before I go to sleep, I do it, and it makes me fall asleep quicker.
Okay, I got to look into that. I'm sorry, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I haven't even talked about your fight yet, but I'm sorry. Your opponent,堤聖也. What do you feel his strong points are? Without giving up your game plan, of course. What do you think his strong points are? Do you see any weak points? What advantages do you think you have over him?
He's relentless. He's tough. He has a lot of stamina. My advantage over him is I have a lot of skills. So I think that's something that he's missing is his skills. But he compensates in his volume and his ability to push farther and forward, which is I'm okay with because I'm the same way. I can push harder if I need to. I could push even whoever has more stamina. Like I've always been confident in my stamina.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I still have all the skills that he doesn't have.
Right. It's interesting you say you have confidence in your stamina because the common belief is the older you get, the more advantage the younger fighter will have physically. And in the later rounds, he could probably rally, even though if you have the earlier rounds. What's your ideal way of winning, let's say? I mean, I'm sure a win is a win and you don't mind anything, but would you rather have a spectacular knockout or go the decision and beat him by points? Because that would actually be the ultimate, throwing everyone's doubts in their face because everyone expects him, the younger fighter, to take the later round should it go there.
I've always looked for a spectacular knockout. That's just my go-to. But when it comes down to whatever victory, I'll take it. For me, I can box, I can fight, I can counter, I can do a lot of things. I have a lot of ways to win.
If you win, you will be a champion once again, and you would break your own record of the oldest bantamweight champion. Do you care about the belts at this point in your career? You had a world title in your hands many times. Does it mean a lot to you still?
It still means a lot to me, and this is why I look forward to fighting the belt holder. It means a lot to me. I want to take it all because at that time it makes me see, this is at the top in that sanctioning. I want to take them all, and I want to always test my mind and my body and what my capabilities are. And that's why it's always important to me.
In another interview, I heard if you were to beat Tsumi, you'd be interested in a unification match with Inoue Takuma. He recently had a spectacular victory. Have you seen a little bit of clips or highlights of that fight by any chance?
I saw the fight.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask you what you thought about it.
No, I saw the fight. Takuma was reluctant in the early on until he got kind of the groove and the confidence. That's when he started kind of pressing forward. So I did see it, and he did an amazing job winning that fight. And I think that's a great fight to have with me and him.
That would be a very big fight in Japan. Takuma has many fans, and you are also loved by the Japanese people. So I really do hope we get to see that down in the future.
Yeah, me too.
My final question is, what does boxing mean to you right now? I'm sure your motivation changed since in your earlier days. But what exactly does boxing mean to you at this moment?
Boxing means a lot to me. Boxing has helped me become a better man, a better husband, a better father, and become very good to myself. I've learned a lot because of boxing, not just how to fight, but how to be a better person, how to be smarter, how to be better, and just taking care of my body as well. So boxing is a lot to me. It means a lot to me. I'm boxing now because I want to continuously challenge myself. I want to always get to the next level of me and get better and prove to myself that age is just a number. At least that's how I'm feeling right now, the way I'm moving, the way I'm training harder than I did before. And to top it off, I've never had the body like this in all of my fight because I trained so hard.
So you feel like you're at your strongest right now at this moment?
I think so, and I want to show that. I'm excited to show it because I feel good. I feel great, and my body is just on a different level. So I'm very, very excited for this fight.
We're all excited to see this fight. It's going to be a great one, I think. If you have a message for the Japanese fans watching this video.
Man, just a big thank you. I'm so grateful for the Japanese fans, the Japanese, just the whole environment, the whole thing. Again, I'm going to go and repeat this. I grew up watching anime, and a lot of my personality has been derived or influenced by the Japanese anime. And this is why I always say I do my best, and I'm going to always do my best. And this is why I'm always challenging myself to go further, because that's what I got from growing up. I was such a loner growing up that anime was my social thing in my head, So it helped me out a lot. And for me, the biggest influence was Musashi, Miyamoto Musashi, how he was from Takizo to Musashi, from a wild guy to a very refined man. And that's something I'm becoming. A very stylistic and energetic, now into a very calm and more of knowledgeable and wisdom. And I always give my wisdom to people that always seek and always help them. So to me, Japan and Japanese culture have always been a big influence to me. So to the fans out there, I want to say thank you. Thank you to Japan as well. And this is going to be an amazing fight, and it means a lot to me.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for making the time so close to your fight. And whether you win this fight or it doesn't work out, you're still a hero to a lot of us. Tsumi's a tough guy. I think it's going to be a tough fight, but we say in Japanese, Owen. I'm rooting for you personally. I hope you have a great fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
まだカメラ回ってる？何とドネアのインタビューでした、こんな試合に近い時にありがとうございます。本当に。いやなんか時間が本当はなんか15分マックスって言われて25分ぐらいいっちゃったんですけどなんかすいませんでも携帯の話しすぎて他の聞きたい質問がいっぱいあったんですけど、携帯の話が僕にとってすごい興味深くて、ちょっとそこら辺にちょっと深掘りすぎましたね。まあ仕方ないですね。あっという間ですいません皆さん怒んないでください。ただ試合は楽しみです。多分この動画上がる前に僕 BNB さんと対談してて、一応堤予想判定勝利を予想したんですけれども、応援はどうねって結構前から言ってて、本当に番狂わせを起こしてほしいですね僕は。ということで皆さんの意見も聞きたいのでコメントで教えてください。そしてそのチャンネルの登録ボタンをスマッシュしてください。いいねボタン、This one here それもスマッシュしてください。We'll see you again soon。またお会いしましょう。バイバイ。